Do you think you're going to have in special teams this year?
Again, please.
How much of a role do you think you're going to have in special teams?
I feel like this year I'm going to have a big role in special teams. It comes down to just competing out there every day, showcasing that I'm a guy.
You ever have to, you think about how you ended up here. You ever have to kind of pinch yourself and kind of think, it's kind of an odd circumstance the way you met him. You were a qualifier. You came in super late.
Yeah.
You're later than everybody else. How do you feel about the way you arrived here?
I feel like it was perfect timing. Firm believer in Christ and I believe in His plan. So I never really doubted it. I just understood that the opportunity I got, I had to take advantage of.
You spoke about feeling a lot more comfortable now.
Yeah.
Can you remember at this point last year, was there one thing that was the biggest challenge for you in the adjustment?
It was remembering the plays and not going out there and messing up. That was my thing like that.
You hadn't been here very long, I guess, when you got here last year. I guess when you started practice before you ever started class, is that right? What was that like? When you first day of class is, you've been on. You were I guess a football player before you were a student here. So how did all that shake out, and what was it like, kind of getting in a groove here?
I actually think it was easy because the classes I took in junior college was actually 3 hours long. So here it's much shorter, so it wasn't that hard to get acclimated to.
What does your tactic say?
Call guy.
You mentioned not trying to remember the plays and all that stuff as a new guy coming here last year. Is that something you are trying to help the younger guys with this year? Like you mentioned Tommy and Kyrus and those guys.
Yeah, I feel like we want to be strong as our weakest link, and we don't have no weak links right now. So I feel like as me being a senior, I feel like I have to help my younger brothers catch on to the plate, help us win.
Do you feel like you're in a league?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Ahkil, is that more by example, or are you speaking out?
I try to go out there by example, but they need me to speak. In the instance, I will. I have no problem doing it.
It seemed like you really came on toward the end of last season, and you look very relaxed and comfortable in there now. Was there a period of growth in there that you needed the first, 8-10 games to really master, what's being asked of you at that position?
But once you train at anything, I feel like everything starts to slow down and everything makes sense once in a while. So, going into the season, I was getting acclimated to, playing this level and the speed of it. By week 7, I kind of caught on, slowed myself down, and started understanding the game more.
We were talking to Charlie a while ago, and not just for you, but for everybody. He said that the whole offense was ahead of where it was this time last year. Do you kind of notice that as well?
Yeah, they're pushing us much harder this year. We really jumping into it. We started early in the summer, so right now everybody's on the same plane, just trying to get better and better each day.
Ahkil, did you know Mark Webb and DeAndre much growing up, or in the last few years before you got here?
Yeah, well, actually, I spoke to them before I actually came here. We all grew up together, played in the 7-on-7 teams, and trained together a lot on the weekend. So yeah, that's your question.
What kind of 7-on-7 teams? What was the name of it?
Philly Finest.
Philly Finest?
Yeah.
Okay.
How much different does it feel for you personally this preseason camp as opposed to last preseason camp?
I feel like I'm just much more relaxed. I understand playbook, go out there, compete, make plays, and help my brothers come along with me.
Were you at any time this is early August? Do you remember your head swimming or whatever? I guess they throw a lot at you when it comes to playbook.
Well, last year, like I said, it was speed. I came in the day before camp, so I really didn't know too much. I was just catching on the go. It was fast, but I got through it.
How do you kind of make it how can you be influential in an offense when you've got the speed but you don't have the bigger size that all these receivers have? How can your speed make a difference in the SEC?
Well, you got to use it to your advantage, know when to use it and when not to help timing and stuff like that. And I used it to my advantage.
I think you had maybe 5 catches last year.
Yes, sir.
What's your expectation for the kind of role you could have, when you envision your last college season, I guess, right?
I don't want to put any limitations on my senior season. I'll go out there and play football. That's I know how.
So you getting in the mix, sorry about that. Kick return wise?
Yeah, I play some kick return also. Splitting reps with everybody. We just got out there and compete.
Punt or kickoff or both?
We're going to punt too, punt return also.